Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Electric Racing Fan 96 each year Sean here, bringing you an analyst video again. This time it is for the RBA Season 1 Draft League. As you guys can see on the video, on the screen. Tried to get it all to be on the screen, but that's kind of the best I can do right there. Anyway, this is one of the final leagues I'm a coach on before I retire from the leagues altogether. But we have a lot of nice coaches in the league, and today I'm gonna be going over their teams that they drafted. I'll be going over their drafted teams in the video today. But if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell to be notified when I upload or stream. I mostly do uploadings on my YouTube and broadcasts or streams on Mixer, which I will have my Mixer link in the description as well. But without further ado, let's go into the thing, shall we? First, we have Bakura Fairy-Tailed and the Bakura Bennett. He has the Pokemon, and he drafted the Mons. Darkrai, which is his Z mascot and his tier 1. He chose Toxapex for tier 2, Bronzong and Decidueye for tier 3, Mesprit for tier 4, Rotom Frost, which is the electric ice, for tier 5. He chose Mega Heracross, which is a really good Mega for his Mega. Then for his free ones, he chose Garchomp, which it was originally Dragonite, and I had Garchomp, but we actually traded each other for week 1. And then we're against each other this week for this coming week too. So we traded dragon types. He also has Florges, Tornadus, and Simipour. So the next one is Yopierre 14 and the Empoleon FC. I gotta say, he is a really good player, and a huge shout out, not a huge shout out, but a huge GG to Yopierre. He knew exactly the moves I was going to use and counted them really quickly. So that was a really good job to Pierre in our league battle a few days ago. But his team consists of Zapdos, tier 1, Hydreigon, tier 2, Empoleon and Talonflame were tier 3. Politoed, tier 4, Beartic, tier 5, Mega Venusaur. Now that is hard to defeat. I could not even stand a chance against the Mega Venusaur. Latias, which was his free. Mimikyu, another free. Scrafty is Z mascot and another free. And Ludicolo. Sorry. But the Pokemon he brought last week was really good. He brought Mega Venusaur, Hydreigon, Empoleon, Politoed, Beartic, and I'm gonna say either Mimikyu or Ludicolo. It was one of those two, but they were very good. So again, that was a huge GG to your Pierre 14. And Empoleon FC, as he got a good 2-0 victory over me yesterday. So let's go on to the next team. Next team is the Baltimore Orioles, with their coach as Scoot Hawk. His team consists of Tornadus Therian for Tier 1, Scizor Tier 2, Rodom Heat, which is the Electric Fire, for Tier 3, Roserade Tier 3, Drudigan Tier 4, Clefairy Tier 5, Mega Kangaskhan for his Mega, Mammothwine, which is his free, Slowking, which is his free, Crocodile, which is a free, and then for his Z mascot and for his final free, he picked out Virizion. Now, I have never used any of these mons before in any previous leagues I was in, but I was up against them, and I'm gonna say they put up a pretty good fight before. They put up a fight. Sometimes they got me, sometimes they did not. So it really depends on how. Like for the Kangaskhan for its Mega, it's awesome because its baby also fights with the mom, which is awesome. Mammothwine is a tank. Crocodile is a tank. So he's got a few tanky Pokemons on his team. So yeah, so that's the Baltimore Orioles. And the next team is Ivy and the Houston Tyrantrums. And I think I forgot about the Mega. So I'll have to put the Omega in the description. I'm sorry about that, Ivy. I must have misread it by 1. Sorry about that email. But they chose Zygarde 50% as their Tier 1, Alolan Ninetales as their Tier 2, Chestnut and Jellison as their Tier 3, Delmise for their Tier 4, and Alolan Sandslash for Tier 5. I will put the Omega in the comments. I do apologize for that. It didn't dawn on me until this morning. I was getting ready to record it. I'm like, yeah, I'll just say I'll put it in the description. But the Z mascot is Volcarona, which is also their free. And their other frees are Drapion, Uxie, which I always pronounce as Uxie, and Heliolisk. So that is the Houston Tyrantrums, Ivy and the Houston Tyrantrums. And I will have the link to the Discord in the description as well. So let's go into the next one. Next one is Spirit and the Bradford Breloom. Their team consists of, as their very first mon they selected, they wanted as their Z mascot or Z user, and that is Azumarill, which is a Tier 1 Water Fairy. They have Crawdaunt, Tier 2, which is a Water Dark, Tyrantrum, which is a Rock Dragon for Tier 3, Minior, I believe, is normal Rock, or just regular rock. If I got that wrong, please put that in the comment section below. The tier 4 is Confei, which is pure fairy. Absol, which is their tier 5 in the pure dark. Their mega is Mega Lopunny, which is normal fighting for when it megas. Because Lopunny and Lopunny are regular normal until Lopunny Mega evolves, then it is in normal fighting. But it's still weak to fighting, even though it's spot fighting. They have Feraligatr, which is a pure water. Machamp, which is pure fighting. Vivillon, which is bug flying, I'm gonna say. I could be wrong. I never did Kalos, so forgive me if I'm wrong for the if I get anything from Kalos wrong. And Metagross is Psychic Steel. And those are the mons for the Bradford Breloom. But they are all really good Pokemon, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Spirit and all the other coaches do with their league, with their league battles, including myself. Let's go on to the next person. Next team is Celps and the Carolina Carvanas. They for their picks, they have Zeraora, which is their tier 1, pure electric from Alola, Sun Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Those are basically the same games except for a few different mons. Extra added on, that's the only difference, literally. Komao, which is a dragon fighting for tier 2, that was a good pick. Swampert for tier 3 is 4 times weak to grass, being its water ground. For tier 3. The other tier 3 is Cloyster, which is water ice, which is weak to grass and fighting. Your grass and fighting. Meloetta, I could be wrong, but I believe that is pure psychic or normal psychic. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the description, in the comments. But Meloetta was a tier 4. Tier 5 is Weezing, which is pure poison, which is from Kanto. Mega Alakazam, which is not only is there Mega, but it is also pure psychic. Gyarados is a water flying, which is a free one. Cradily is a rock and grass, but it is still weak to ground and water because of it being part rock. Everything else does neutral for grass type weaknesses. Except flying. Flying makes it, flying is not very effective to it. Rock is 4 times super effective against Cradily. Sableye is a ghost dark, I believe, or just dark. But that is Celp's Z mascot, which is a very good Z mascot in my opinion. And then the final one he picked was Weavile, which is dark ice and dark. So those are the Carolina Carvanas team that was drafted, coached by Celps. And yeah, so let's just go on to the next. Let's go on to the next team, shall we? Next is your boy yours truly, EG's team, the Atlantic City Luxrays, ladies and gentlemen. I chose Victini, which is a fire fairy from Unova. These are all ones I have never used before, or some of them I have used before, others I have not used, or I have on my game that I wanted to use again for one of the final 2 leagues. So I chose Victini for Tier 1, Fire Fairy. Rotom Wash, which is one of my all-time favorite mons. Electric Water with that levitate ability. So ground will not affect Rotom with a levitate. And Grass will do neutral because of it being part electric. And Electric won't do anything because of it being part electric. So that's a good combo right there. Registeel, which in its name is a pure steel type from the Sinnoh region. Incineroar, which is my Z mascot. Let me just say, when I first got it Incineroar and I saw its Z move, which is Malicious Moonsault, I'm like, that is so awesome. I love the design and everything on that move. So that is how I decided to have Incineroar as my Z mascot, and it is my other tier 3 besides Registeel. Venusaur, Grass Poison from the Kanto region, is my tier 4. Articuno is my tier 5, which is Ice Flying. I've used Articuno multiple times in multiple leagues throughout the 2.5 to 3 years I've been doing it. And I'm just really glad that I can be able to use it again for you guys and in one of my final 2 leagues. One of my final 3 leagues I'll be doing on my YouTube channel. Next, I chose Mega Banette. I've never used Mega Banette, but I've seen it in multiple leagues against multiple opponents, and it was very good, and I figured I'd try it out on my final league. One of my final 2 leagues for you guys. Next, we have Dragonite. Dragonite is the one I traded away for Garchomp for my last week. For week 1, actually, which is one that just passed. But for the free trades and free agents, me and Fairy Tailed, the coach of the Pokora Banette, decided to trade my Garchomp for his Dragonite. So we traded that in so we just traded that in so we just traded that before the weeks even started. Sorry about that. And then the next 2 frees I did with other 2 Reggies to go along with Registeel. So I just picked Regirock and Regice. One is pure, Regirock is pure ice, Regice is pure ice. So I got all 3 Reggies on here. And the final one I selected was Landorus Sandforce, because I've never used any Landorus, whether it was Landorus Incarnate, Landorus Sandforce, or Landorus Sheer Force. So I wanted to try out Landorus and see how it does for me. See if it can help me get another Draft League title before I officially retire after the final ones I'm doing now. So the next, and sorry for the bad quality, I'm using my phone to record on my tablet for the PowerPoint for you guys. But yeah, let's go on to the next team. Next we have shoes in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just love the team logo for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love how it has the Pittsburgh Steelers symbol with a Steelix. So that is just awesome. Shoes, you did an amazing job on your team logo, man. That is just really awesome. But he selected Tapu Koko for his Tier 1, which is an Electric and Fairy. Haxorus for Tier 2, which is a Pure Dragon. Nidoqueen for his Tier 3, Poison Ground. So Tapu Koko is from Malola. Haxorus is from Unova, which is Black and White, Black 2, White 2. Nidoqueen is from Kanto, which is Red, Blue, Yellow, Fire Red, Leaf Green. And Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. And I know I said the Eevee and Pikachu backwards, and I apologize. He chose Chandelure, which is also from Unova. Black, White, Black 2, White 2. Alolan Raichu, which is Alola Sun Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. And actually, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Because they brought the Alolas in there as well. Kabutops, which is from the Kanto, is Nidoqueen, Poison Ground, Chandelure, Ghost Fire, Alolan Raichu, Electric Psychic. Kabutops, Z mascot for Tier 5, is also a rock water, but electric is super effective against it because of being part water. Mega Pidgeot is normal flying from Kanto. Skarmory is a steel flying. Alomomola is a pure water. Skuntank is a poison dark or pure poison, one of those two. If there was any of those two, please let me know in the comments, because I never did. The only two regions I've never did for Pokemon were Gen 4, which is Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Gen 6, which was X and Y for Kalos. And then Breloom is a grass fighting. And that is the team for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and let's go on to the next one. Next we have Gas, or Gas Man, but he prefers to be called Gas, so that's what I'm going by. In the Philadelphia Crooks, probably meaning Philadelphia Crocodiles. He chose Celesteela, which is a steel flying, and a grass steel for Tier 1, Entei for Pure Fire for Tier 2, Araquanid, Water Bug or Bug Water for Tier 3, Donphan, Pure Ground for Tier 3 as well, Whimsicott, Grass Flying for Tier 4, Shelgon, Pure Dragon, Tier 5, Mega Beedrill. That is a very good Pokemon to have on a Draft League team. That is a Bug Poison. Bisharp is a really good Pokemon to use and is a very strong physical attacker, so that's going to be very hard to defeat. But its weakness is its physical defense. So if you have one stronger than its physical defense, you could take it out pretty easily. But that is also his Z mascot. with Bisharp being a dark steel. Ditto is a normal and can transform it literally into any other Pokemon, including Arceus. I actually had that happen to me one time in a league battle. I'll tell that story after I'm done after I get done the analyst for this. Ditto is from Kanto, Generation 1. Raikou is a pure electric from the Johto, which was Generation 2. And last but not least, he chose Kyurem, which is pure Dragon Ice actually, unless Kyurem Black is a Dragon Electric, and Kyurem White is a Dragon Fire, because it fuses with Zekrom and Reshiram. But let's go into the next slide. We have... I forgot to edit that one, sorry about that. But we have Cross, which is the main commissioner for the RBA League. We have Cross in the Driftville Dracos. He has Manaphy of Pure Water for Tier 1, Togekiss, Normal Fairy for Tier 2, Serena Pure Grass for Tier 3, Jolt, yeah, I forgot to fix his and I apologize for that. Jolteon, Pure Electric Tier 3 as well. Frostlass, Ice Dark for Tier 4, and Regigigas for Tier 5, which is a pure normal. I was trying for all the Reggies, but Cross took the other one. Cross took the Regigigas, so I'm like, alright, I'll just go for the trio for Reggies then. But for Cross's Mega, he chose Mega Garchomp, which is four times weak to extremely weak to ice type moves. So if you're looking for a way to get rid of Garchomp, just use the ice type move on it, whether it be Ice Beam, Blizzard, Avalanche, or any strong ice type move. Including Sheer Cold if it isn't banned. Because that thing can be really nasty in battle. I used that once before. Next he has Jirachi, which is a Psychic Steel. Then he has Terrakion, which is a Rock Fighting. Poliwrath, which is his Z mascot, is a Water Fighting. And Kamala is a pure normal, I believe. I could be wrong. I never used Kamala before. So I don't know if it's a pure normal or not. If it isn't, I apologize again. I never did Generation 6 before. Either Generation 4 or Generation 6. I've never did either one. So let's go to the next slide. We have Smargle in the Hidden Valley Vaults. He has the team of Landorus, Therian, which I forgot. That's the other Landorus I forgot to mention before. Is Therian. Is his Z mascot Ice, 4 times super weak to Ice for Tier 1. Let me just say, if he just used that against any Ice type that uses Ice type move, he is done. And I'm sorry to say that, Smargle, but it is true, bud, so I'll just keep an eye out for Ice types if you have Lando, Therian on your team. Next mon he selected was Ferret Thorn for Tier 2, which is Grass Seal, which is super weak to fire, which is probably why he selected Lando to do a coverage for Ferrothorn. Torrent Greninja. I've never used a Torrent Greninja, but all Greninjas are dark or water dark, weak to electric, grass, bug, and electric, bug, grass, and fighting. Slurpuff, I believe, is Ice Fairy or regular Fairy. That was another one from X and Y or Kalos region. So Greninja and Slurpuff was Tier 3s. Tier 4 is Houndoom, which is a dark fire. Lodom Fan, which is electric flying, which is weak to ice and rock, being it can't get hit by ground types because levitate and because of it being part flying. Mega Latios is a dragon psychic type. So fairy, dark, and ghost are all super effective against it. Scolipede is either bug or poison from Unova. I haven't did Unova in a while, so that's the only one from Unova, I forget. Blissey is a pure normal. Easiest way to take that thing out is with a physical fighting type move. Use bulk up once or twice and you should take it out. It's just literally that quick just to get taken out. Pissimian is a normal fighting from Unova, from Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. And Starmie is a water psychic Pokemon from Generation 1, which is Kanto. The next team is Infernape and the Iowa Cortanas. He chose the Pokemon Tapu Fini, a water fairy. Superior, which is pure grass. Zygarde 10, which is also its Z mascot, which is a dragon ground, so another 4 times super effective, weak to ice. Zoloric, which is